My TrueNAS server was due for an upgrade, so I decided I wanted to swap out my AMD based system without ECC memory for an Intel platform with ECC memory instead. And for the TikTok brain viewers out there, the hardware swap worked just fine. All storage pools and everything came back just like nothing has happened. After I had replaced the motherboard and everything, just the only issue I ran into was that it had a new network interface and I had to just give it a new IP address in my DHCP server. I have been running a TrueNAS server for a little while without ECC memory, and it is possible, but it is highly recommended to use ECC memory if you can, and if you can afford it with today's memory prices. I mean, you can drive a car without a seatbelt until you can't, or until you crash, and when something happens it's nice to have some protection. So I have decided to do something about that. So I have decided to change some of the hardware since my NAS is actually storing some important stuff. It's not only a backup of my 4K Blu-rays. The base of the TrueNAS build is the Asus Pro WSW680 ACE motherboard. This motherboard is probably a little bit overkill, but it's sort of a pro consumer motherboard that has official support for ECC memory. It also has 2.5 gigs Intel Ethernet. It has 3 M2 slots for NVMe SSDs. And it has good cooling for VRMs and chipsets and yeah, some other goodies. It also have a, I think it's called Slim SAS slot, which means you can get this kind of breakout cable, and you can also get 4 more extra SATA ports on the motherboard in addition to the 4 which is already on the motherboard. I did think of buying some retired server hardware, like some Xeons with some cheaper DDR4, but cheap and DDR and memory doesn't really work today. Most of the stuff I found on sort of used market around here in Norway was really old hardware with not that good prices, or I found like really new, expensive, sort of lightly used workstations, and it was difficult to find something, you know, in the middle that had a decent price and stuff like that. And if I found something for a normal price, it doesn't have much space for hard drives. So let's say a desktop, you could perhaps fit 3 or 4 hard drives. Yeah, I don't really have a rack where I have my hardware, so I didn't really want to get some sort of rack mounted gear. And the Fractal design case, which I based my Unraid server on, can house a lot of hard drives, so well, I wanted to use that. So most of the hardware I have used in this build I have linked below with affiliate links to Amazon, so you can check those out if you want. As for the CPU, I went for the Intel Core i7 14700K CPU. Again, it's a little bit overkill for a NAS, but the CPU supports ECC and it has enough power to potentially be future-proof if I want to do more with the system other than storage. I originally used Unraid as my NAS for almost 5 years now, so keep watching this video if you want to know some of my reasons why I wanted to try out TrueNAS instead of Unraid. So the ECC memory part was a difficult one because some of the DDR5 memory is listed as on-die ECC, which means that when you search for DDR5 ECC memory, you get like DDR5 memory, which means that you have to really check that the memory you get is real ECC, and the one you want is for this motherboard is DDR5 ECC unbuffered or UDIMM. Finding that type of memory here in Norway was completely impossible. No online retailer had any of that type of memory in stock, so I actually had to order memory from eBay from some guy in Germany, and in the meantime I'm actually borrowing a regular DDR5 memory from my gaming PC. So if you see that in this sort of B-roll video here, you can see it's like a RGB memory, but that's just temporary. I'm going to replace it with real ECC memory. Cooler is yeah, what I always use. I use Noctua stuff. I think it works just fine. I've been using it for probably over 10 years. It's the NH-D12, and yeah, it works fine. I think the temperatures was at idle almost below 20 degrees or slightly above, so it's pretty good. The main storage in this build is based on 8 terabyte Ironwolf drives from Seagate, and I run them in a RAID C2 layout, so that means I can lose 2 hard drives and still keep my important data as my music production projects, as my YouTube videos like this, and of course some media. And I bought these drives 5 years ago, but yeah, they're still working just fine, and yeah, working fine in the TrueNAS server. SSD storage pool, that's based off 2 terabyte NVMe drives. I think it was some kind of Kingston drives, not really that super performant, but works just fine. I use it mostly for a download drive, a scratch disk, and stuff like that, and just temporary storage that's really not that important. Why did I change from Unraid to TrueNAS? So I used Unraid for about 5 years, and overall I have had very few issues with it. I had some few issues with it in the start. I used it with an AMD system and Ryzen system, and it was a little bit unstable, but after a few updates it worked fine. And during the years I did some updates sometimes that made the system unbootable, so I had to, I don't remember what I had to do, but googling and working a little bit in the terminal and getting it up and running again was usually no issues. Yeah, in general working just fine. And I think one of the biggest strengths with Unraid is that you can host different or easily host different services on it via its app store based on Docker, and you can also run plenty of virtual machines. Only your hardware sort of stops that. And Unraid also has a great community, so you have plenty of guides, and this also makes it very beginner friendly. If you want a server that can sort of handle media storage, it can handle game servers, it can handle like downloading servers, and you can run a few VMs for your family, maybe some backup stuff, a lot of stuff. I think Unraid is actually a fantastic choice. But that said, even though I still think Unraid is a great system, TrueNAS ends up being a better fit for me, my workflow. TrueNAS uses ZFS. I know that Unraid also does that now, and it offers can be discussed, but it's stronger data integrity and protection compared to Unraid's array system. And after using TrueNAS for a while, I also noticed noticeable better networking performance, even when I used the same type of hard drives and storage configuration and 2.5 gig Ethernet. For example, when I needed to reference YouTube videos, which I had stored on my NAS, loading those files from a TrueNAS server has been a much smoother and faster experience compared to Unraid. I could, for example, load up a video editing project from that is stored on the spinning Rust in the TrueNAS server, 4K videos, stuff like that, and I can drag on the timeline and it doesn't lag. It works just fine. Pressing playback works just fine. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Even basic tasks like, for example, browsing network shares and basic file handling, copying and writing files to the server, it feels just more responsive in my opinion. And I suspect maybe that's because of better memory usage, or it is handling the RAM caching here plays a big role, because TrueNAS works good with a lot of RAM. A little downside might be the power consumption, because my drives will be spinning all the time. Unraid can, for example, spin down the drives to save some power, and for me that's not a huge issue. The server also lives in the basement, so noise isn't a concern either. Also, when I search for help for TrueNAS issues, I get most people are, yeah, nice, but I get there's sort of a little elitist vibe in the community, and yeah, can't say I like that, but you know, I guess they get too many beginner questions and get jaded about that. I don't know. That's just something I noticed, but it's not a big deal if you can research yourself and use your brain. That's like what they say. It works fine. So I have also moved all of my sort of servers, game servers, virtual machines to a separate system, because they were running on my Unraid system, which also stored my important data. So now I'm running all of those servers on a small Lenovo mini PC, which is running Proxmox. So this machine handles my web servers and sort of other self-hosted services. And I prefer to keep those workloads on a dedicated physical system rather than having them on my TrueNAS server. The TrueNAS server can run Docker, and it can run apps, and the only sort of app I am running on my TrueNAS server is Jellyfin, because it accesses a media share directly. But I could of course also run that on the Proxmox server. That would also just work fine. But yeah, my data is important, especially my music production projects. That's the most important thing. And also my music production projects, they are also backed up on the TrueNAS server. I also have them on iCloud. I also have some storage on iCloud as well. But I think we can maybe talk about that in another video. This was mostly about TrueNAS. I think it works just fine. I'm just waiting for my 32GB ECC memory sticks. Yeah, that was all for today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.